This is a great day for the airport. The airport has had such wonderful news of late. You probably heard last week about British Airways starting in April, a direct flight to London. Selfishly, I love that because I used to live in London and I call my friends and say, I'm coming soon on a direct flight from St. Louis. So that's fantastic. And then last month, Lufthansa announced that they will be adding more flights. So the airport is really soaring, and today we're here for another great milestone, which is the groundbreaking for the West Airfield Maintenance and Snow Removal Equipment Facility. So thank you all for being here, and I want to make the point, and we'll make it over and over again, that this is not the groundbreaking for the terminal expansion. These were improvements that were going to be made regardless of whether we get a new terminal or not. So it's a very exciting day. Before you meet the speakers on stage, I want to acknowledge some of the special folks we have in the crowd today. Please hold your applause until the end, and when I say your name, just wave your hand. So we have St. Louis Airport Commissioners, retired Judge Anne Marie Clark and Justin King. St. Louis Comptroller Donna Barringer. And I see walking down here State Senator Brian Williams of the 14th District. State Senator Nick Schroer of the 2nd District. State Representative Dave Hinman of District 103. And State Representative Wendy Hausman of District 65. Now let's give all of them a round of applause. As I mentioned just a minute ago, that Lambert Airport is soaring, and that is mainly in part because of its director and CEO, Rhonda Hamnuriji, and her team. So please welcome Rhonda to the podium.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. It is a really fun morning for us. I think if you look behind me, you'll see what is currently our existing airfield maintenance facilities, our procurement shop, our auto shop, about 9 little buildings that were built in the 50s when Terminal 1 was built. And our team has been able to keep this airport open and running in what I would consider very inadequate facilities for a long time. So to be able to bring today and this groundbreaking for the new airfield maintenance facility and snow removal storage is really a win for the employees. You see a lot of our employees here. They're in the maroon shirts, they're in the yellow shirts, they're in the vest. Big round of applause. These men and women work 24/7 to keep this airport open. And I think 16 years ago when I came to this job, I told them we were going to get them a facility. And I think they just kind of didn't believe me after so many years. But today, they get an opportunity to see what the future looks like here. Currently, all of these buildings, and there's nowhere to put our equipment inside. The buildings really just house the employee. This new facility, it's going to be 285,000 square feet, 2 buildings. The building where all the employees, the offices, the shops are. But in addition to that, there's going to be a snow removal storage facility. The first time ever at this airport. When the team has one of these large pieces of equipment break down, they're working outside to try and repair it in rain, heat, snow, you name it. Going forward, we'll have the ability to bring those pieces of equipment in, and then teams can have them stored year round when they're not using them, but more importantly, they have a place to work on them inside. So the beginning of this facility is what we're calling our West Airfield project, and it makes up 2 projects. It also has a new de-icing pad. That project, hopefully, is under design now and should be going out for construction sometime the latter part of next year, and we'll start construction in 27. That's also a key piece to thinking about the future. In addition, when this opens up, you see all of these facilities behind us that will come down. That's because the new West Wing, if the terminal is eventually authorized, will be coming west first. And so in order to be able to prepare for the future, not only do we need these facilities, but there's two additional pieces of infrastructure that are part of this piece of the program. That's a new central utility plant. That's well under design as well and should go out for construction next year. And it's also the demo of the vacant Missouri Air National Guard. That facility should start being demoed in the next couple of weeks. So these four projects are really the start of what we hope is a great beginning to the new future, to look forward to a sustainable and a resilient airport for decades to come. You know, we can't do these things by ourselves. We have lots of team members that help. The program manager that's going to be responsible for the airfield facility that you see here today is the Kwame Group. And I think, Tony, are you with us here somewhere this morning? I know some of the members of the Kwame team are here. Jacobs was our partner in designing this, and I can tell you they spent more time with the employees and some of the management team that oversees this complex, understanding what is it you need and making sure that it's the most efficient and cost-effective building possible. And then, of course, our construction team is a local construction team, Wright Construction. Happy to have them as a partner out here. This facility is about $114 million cost. The airlines, initially the four projects that I mentioned, authorized $335 million for us to go out for bonds to be able to do these four projects. I think it shows the strength of our partnership with the airlines, and it shows the strength of the commitment of the airlines here. What we needed to do was to ensure that we try and offset any of those costs that we possibly can. We were able to garner about $4.9 million through ARPA funds, and additionally, a $20 million grant that came from the FAA and the federal government. Helping us to secure that grant was Senator Eric Schmidt. I reached out to him and his team whenever we applied for this grant, and he got behind it 100% and made sure that everybody in Washington knew and understood the importance of this facility and the work that the team has done here to keep these older facilities alive for decades. So when we think about the partnerships, and you heard Lorna mention this early, this is not just the airport team. Our team consists of about 530 employees that work in all different shops, all different areas, but it is the broader relationships with everybody that really makes this airport function and that serves this community. So with that, I would like Senator Eric Schmidt to come to the stage, please.
Thank you, Rhonda. I've known Rhonda for a very long time, and she's a tireless advocate for this region and the airport, and we're going to continue to work with her. And I think today is really a piece of a very important puzzle that unlocks, I think, the future of St. Louis. For me, we have three big priorities in my office for this region, and the airport is top of the list. I grew up around here. I grew up in Bridgeton. I grew up with TWA 747s seemingly landing on top of our house. But we entered sort of this new phase, and Rhonda has done a great job, and now we're looking forward. And the goal here is for St. Louis to have a world-class airport and world-class facilities from top to bottom, and that's what we're going to be working on every single day. So our team is committed to this. So whether it is a de-icing pad, a storage facility, or a new terminal that will be built here that will be representative of the history of this place, St. Louis and the spirit of St. Louis was the driving force behind Charles Lambert taking what people thought was a suicide mission across the Atlantic in the middle of the night. That kind of spirit is going to lead us forward to make sure that we have an airport that we can all be proud of for the next 100 years. That's the goal. So you get there by hitting a lot of singles, a lot of doubles. Everybody wants to talk about the home runs, but this is one of those key pieces. You have to have this kind of facility to have the world-class airport. You have to have the de-icing facility to have a world-class airport. You have to have the demolition that's going to happen at the National Guard so we can reposition the assets. You have to have the cargo. You have to have the passengers. We're working with those airlines, every single day, I promise you, in Washington, D.C., to make sure they know that from the leadership in this region, nothing could be more important than solving crime, making St. Louis the defense tech capital of the United States of America, and having a world-class airport right here in St. Louis. So we're going to continue to work on that. And let me just say, because there's a lot of friends, Republicans and Democrats in the audience and everywhere in between, this is not a partisan issue. This is about the front door to our region. This is about making sure that St. Louis can connect to the world, to the rest of the country, that we can continue to grow, that the citizens that fly in and out of this airport can be proud of it, and they know they can get from place A to place B safely. And I will tell you, it's at the top of our list of things we work on our team every single day. So thank all of you for the work that you do. Thanks for your support. Thank you, Rhonda, and all the folks that participated in this great success story. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator Schmidt. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Casey Milberg, who is Chief of Staff for the City of St. Louis. Casey.
Well, good morning, everyone. Mayor Spencer sends her regards. She had a scheduling conflict this morning, but wanted to make sure that our office provided some remarks on this very exciting day. It's been a very exciting few weeks for the airport with the announcement recently of the direct flights to London Heathrow. And it's great to see so many people at this event who are at that event. And while this may not be as flashy as an announcement on its face, this is something that will really help continue to make Lambert the kind of place that can continue to deliver and improve upon the service that everybody wants us to be able to provide here. You know, building a state-of-the-art maintenance and snow equipment storage facility is a really important step. And for our airport, for decades, our employees have had inadequate and outdated facilities, but this will give them the space and the modern upgrades to do the kind of work that they need to do and deliver the services that we need them to be able to deliver and work more efficiently. As we look to that future, and ultimately the future of the consolidated terminal, improvements like this are essential to ensuring that airlines know that we are committed to being great partners and that investing in St. Louis is a wise and secure choice. The mayor knows that this would not have been possible without the help of Senator Schmidt in securing the significant federal investment. So she wanted to take a moment to thank the senator for pushing so hard to get those federal dollars to St. Louis, which is becoming a bit of a trademark for him. And for that, the mayor is extremely, extremely grateful. Finally, she also wants to make sure that we give thanks to our airport director, Rhonda Hamnai-Brugge, who deserves so much credit for the immensely positive path that our airport is on currently. Lambert is a massive asset to our community, especially in attracting businesses that will help secure growth for our entire region. And Rhonda has relentlessly and continues to set just a wonderful course that will put this airport in a stronger position for decades to come. So the mayor did want to close out with a tremendous amount of thanks and gratitude to our airport director, Rhonda. So if we could please give her a round of applause. And once again, the mayor is just so excited about the direction the airport is heading and looks forward to seeing these tremendously important projects move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Now for the actual groundbreaking. We'll get it done before it starts raining, so this is great.